Hey there, everybody, it's Aaron, and thanks for tuning in to this week's show. We're going to do something a little bit different today. As you know, every week as we cover these houses, we always make our predictions and tell you what we think is going to happen. Well, we're going to go back and take a look at what we said and what happened in reality. Let's do this. All right, let's jump in. We'll start down in Bethesda. One of the first houses we covered this year, 8011 Glenmore Spring Road in Carter Rock. I liked this mid-century modern, although I was a little unsure of the price. Let's see what I said. I'm not sure it's going to hold. I mean, this is a great house. When you're in that main living area and you've got those great wall of windows and you're looking out on beautiful Carter Rock Springs nature, it's a great feeling. At the end of the day, though, you have a relatively small living room, dining room, a kitchen that looks like it was updated probably in the late 80s, 90s. At $1,550,000, I think this is really pushing it. If you're going to do all the renovations and to the kitchens and baths here, you could easily end up in this house for 1.8 with no garage and less than 3,000 square feet. I struggle to see the value with that, but we'll see. I think this one will hang around for a while, probably see a few price reductions before it finds its buyer. But with such limited inventory, who knows? Well, I started off pretty well. I was right on the money with this house. Thought it was too high to start, and it was. It sat for about 2 weeks. They dropped it from 1,550 to 1,450. And then it sat a little bit longer, and they ended up taking 1,395 on this house. Pretty much exactly in line with what I thought was going to happen. Let's try the next one. All right, the next one I covered, that still first show of the year, was out in Potomac in Fox Hills West, 9217 Willow Pond Lane. It was just coming on at 8:30. Let's see what I had to say. 9217 Willow Pond Lane. This is in Potomac Commons, adjacent to Copenhagen. This is the Wooten District here. That's a big plus. Look, I think somebody looking to get into the Wooten cluster at 8:30. I think this makes sense. I think it'll get a lot of attention this weekend just because it's the only thing out there and it's in decent shape and the pricing is okay. So if you're in the market and you need to stay below, in that lower eights range, and you are trying to get into the Wooten District, I think this is a decent opportunity. Check it out. All right, so I thought it was going to get attention, and it did, although really important to note, it went just over 1 week on market. So what happened? They went through that first week. They did not get multiple offers at that time. And then someone made the smart move of coming in just below price and taking this down. This one ultimately sold for 805. I think that's a great play to get into this neighborhood. All right, up in North Bethesda, always sought after Lux Manor. We covered 6625 Paxton Road. I called it. I said this was going to be busy. Let's go to the videotape. Lux Manor. 6625 Paxton Road is coming to market later today at $1,095,000. This is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, just under 3,400 square feet. So I actually think this is going to be really popular, but as a renovation play, and we'll see how much work it really needs. But this one, I'm guaranteeing it is probably going to be the busiest house on the market this weekend. If you want to take a look, give me a call. We'll check it out. Well, I didn't make a number prediction. I said it was going to be busy. I actually showed this house shortly after recording that show, and I can attest it was packed throughout the weekend. No surprise, what's going to happen in Lux Manor at this price point every time. This house ended up 15.2% above asking at $1,261,000. I actually don't think it was a terrible purchase. I like this one. All right, next up in Potomac, 8916 Copenhagen Drive. This was that crazy flip. I was really interested to see what was going to happen to this one. I did also show this house. It was okay. It was flippy. They had purchased this house for $900,000. They were trying to sell it for $1,395,000. Let's see what I said. Potomac just hitting the market this morning, 8916 Copenhagen Drive in Copenhagen. Just hit the market at $1,395,000. This is a 6-bedroom, 5.5 bath house. This is much higher than others in the neighborhood. Nothing comes on that's this done. And I think for somebody who needs this, the large amount of bedrooms and square footage, and who are looking at more original things closer to the 1-2 mark, this might make a lot of sense for them. I think this is going to get a ton of attention and probably pop here after the first weekend. All right, well, here's the story on this one. It was on for 3 days, I think, and I said I thought this number was crazy. Well, guess what? I guess they thought it was crazy too, because they jumped on a early offer, didn't even go through the weekend. They ended up taking 1365. They were listed at 1395. If you got this kind of margin, you grab that first one willing to pay it, I guess. Good for them. I wish I had done this flip. All right, wrapping up my scorecard, 1006 Willow Leaf Way. This was in Falls Ridge, my neighborhood. I was really hoping this one would go well. What I said was that being an 80s house, this floor plan was going to be attractive versus other things in that price range, being that more compartmentalized 70s layout. Let's see exactly what I said. 6 Willow Leaf Way is hitting the market a week from today at $875. This is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath. Falls Ridge was built in the late 80s, so you are going to get a bit more of that open floor plan versus some of the 70s style houses that are in surrounding neighborhoods. Really like the space on this main level. Basement on this house is finished. It's in a great location within the neighborhood. Nice flat yard. I absolutely think this is a winner at $875 and will get a lot of attention this coming weekend. Well, I said it was going to get a lot of attention, and it definitely did. This one ended up 6% above list at 929.5. A good number, actually. There have been a number of sales in our neighborhood up in the high nines recently. This one didn't have the updates. If it did, I think it would have climbed into that range easily. But I think it was a great purchase for somebody. All right. Well, you want to know how JT did? He's here to tell you. What do you got, JT?
All right, thanks, Aaron. Let me jump in on the fun here as well and see how my report card was. Early in the year, 3207 Wake Drive hit the market in Kensington. Let's see what I had to say about it. Is 3207 Wake Drive that hits the market this week at $1,150,000. We had a client interested in this and actually showed it this morning. And they were interested mainly because of the space it provided. Because there's very little on the market, I think it's going to get a lot of looks this weekend. I do like the price at $1,150,000, but I wonder if it's going to get taken down super quick because we're just not quite sure what these buyers are thinking right now with regard to renovation budgets on top of the interest rates going up. We'll have to wait and see for this one. So I do have to give Aaron and myself some credit. A lot of these predictions were made during the really early stages of this year, and we didn't know which way the market was going to trend coming off a very unsure fourth quarter of 2022. I did say that I like this play. There's a lot of space in this property, and someone did obviously see what I saw there. It did receive multiple offers, and it just closed recently for $100,000 over list price at the nice round number of $1,250,000. So I guess we did get this one right. All right, heading inside the Beltway, another property, 7012 Bybrook Lane, hit the market a little bit later in January. Let's see what I had to say about it. This has been expanded off the back and also up. Originally, when it comes on the market with this low inventory, I do think it's going to get eyes on it. As we've been saying, buyers are out there and they are being aggressive. And I think that this is going to continue throughout the spring season. So if you're thinking about buying, now is the time to get off the couch and into the game. This one was listed a little later in January, so we did understand the trends a little bit more than earlier in January. It did get a lot of attention. The open house was apparently packed, but it didn't go crazy. With the 5 bedrooms in the garage, obviously attractive, but the 1.4 list price was pushing it a little bit. It did, however, go slightly over asking price at 1.425, which is a pretty good value for that location. On to the next one. Rounding out my report card, 7001 Florida Street hit the market in the village of Chevy Chase. Let's see what I had to say about it. Interesting is because you can see that it sits on a irregular lot. You have setback requirements from Florida Street, obviously, where you face, but also from the street behind it on Fulton. If you're okay with this size and functionality, it is priced really well. With this level of finish, this location at 1.4 million, I think I am actually able to give this our hot deal of the week. I do think it's going to get a lot of attention this week for no other reason other than there's nothing else on the market. But I do also think the way things have been trending, like Aaron's been discussing, you'll probably get multiple offers this week. All right, as anticipated, this did get a lot of attention in the opening weekend of being on the market. It went $100,000 over list price, even with the 1 bathroom upstairs.
One bathroom.
One bathroom. I mean, who needs to just, not push their kids' toothbrush aside before washing their face at night? I mean, you get indoor plumbing, a roof, and you can walk to Brookville Market for overpriced chicken sandwiches. All right, this was fun. I always enjoy going back and looking at my predictions, and I think I did pretty well. Hopefully, I'm back next week with some fresh new inventory. That's all I got. Back to you, Aaron.
Whoa. Well, we took the bottle from him because he started talking about chicken sandwiches, but that was a lot of fun. We really love that. To be clear, we did not cover every house that we've talked about on the show this year. We just did not have enough time. But I just looked back to check, and we were right on pretty much all except one. There was one on Westbard at $1,000,003. I thought it was a good house. I was worried about River Road, and it turned out River Road did seem to have an impact on it. It actually sold for $1,000,002. That was a really rare situation. Otherwise, this market just seems to continue to be strong. Keep your head in the game. We're all waiting for more inventory. If you want to talk about the market and what to expect this year, definitely reach out. We'd love to chat. If you're not already doing so, please give us a follow at Jeweler Burton. We'll see you guys next week. Later.